At the beginning of the drama, we see a girl named Wei, whose bag someone is running away with after stealing it. Right here, the drama's male lead, Xing Tian, comes and goes to catch the thief. But then, the drama's female lead, Wenjing, mistaking Xing Tian for the thief, starts hitting him. Anyway, when Wenjing finds out that Xing Tian is not the thief, she apologizes to him. Here, Wenjing becomes quite friendly with Xing Tian's friend, Yan Liang. Wenjing tells him, I have come from the village to the city for a job. I have to meet my cousin. On that side, Xing Tian's friend Qiao Hai is in the hospital because he got hurt, and he is the one who ultimately caught the thief. He says, Yan Liang is after that girl. He didn't even come here. Everyone laughs at this. Actually, Xing Tian, Yan Liang, Qiao Hai, and a girl named Hua are college friends. Over there, Wenjing goes to the address given by her cousin, but her cousin had left from there because he couldn't pay the rent for that place. Here, Yan Liang says, Wenjing has come from her village and she needs to meet her cousin. I don't know where he is. Xing Tian says, I met her a few days ago. She didn't find her cousin, but she got a job. But I know where her cousin is. Yan Liang says, tell me too. I will find her cousin and impress her. After this, Yan Liang takes Wenjing to her cousin. Wenjing's cousin is very happy to see her, but his sister-in-law does not like her coming here. Then Wenjing says, I have found a job in a bar. Yan Liang says, it's not right for you to work there. All sorts of people go there. Wenjing's cousin also agrees with this. Anyway, Wenjing's cousin lets Wenjing stay at his house. Wenjing's sister-in-law tells her, I will not take money from you for food and drink, but you will have to pay the house rent and you will also have to work in our restaurant. Saying this, she sends Wenjing to the shop. There, Wenjing sees that Xing Tian is sitting there. Xing Tian just looks at her, so Wenjing thinks he is calling her. Wenjing goes to him, so Xing Tian gives her coffee. Xing Tian works in a financial company, and when its shares go down, he sells the company's shares. Anyway, then Wei comes and asks Xing Tian to be a host at her company. Xing Tian refuses, but then his boss scolds him because he sold the company's shares without his boss's permission. So after all this, Xing Tian resigns from the company and accepts Wei's offer. Here, in the restaurant, a person grabs Wenjing's hand. Wenjing frees her hand and is telling her cousin about this, but that person grabs her hand again. Just then, Yan Liang arrives there with his friends and saves her. Over there, Xing Tian hosts Wei's show well, which makes the businesswoman who came there and Wei happy too. Wei asks Hua about Xing Tian, so Hua says, Xing Tian's relationship with his dad is not good. After this, Wei invites Xing Tian to a party so that Xing Tian can meet her dad. At the party, Xing Tian's dad comes, looks at Xing Tian and says, you left another company. Again, Xing Tian ignores him. Here, Yan Liang sends Xing Tian to Wenjing's stall to buy something because he wants Wenjing's stall's sales to increase this way. Xing Tian feels weird coming here because he is buying things from a small stall. Just then, the police arrive and say, this is a government place. Who put up a stall here? Who is the owner of this stall? So Xing Tian tells the police, we don't know about the owner, but the police capture the stall. Because of this, Wenjing's sister-in-law scolds her badly and says, you caused a huge loss. After this, Yan Liang invites Wenjing for a meal, but her sister-in-law refuses. So Yan Liang tempts Wenjing's sister-in-law with money, and she agrees. Then, to go for the meal, Hua goes to pick up Wenjing, and she is shocked to see Wenjing's fashion sense. When Wenjing comes in front of the others, they are also shocked. Meanwhile, Xing Tian sees on his phone that his dad has married a girl of Xing Tian's age. Then, a drunk Xing Tian tells Wenjing, no matter how much you try, your dressing sense, your table manners, nothing can be like ours. Wenjing stands up, and after saying sorry and thank you to everyone, she leaves from there and starts crying a lot. Because of this, Yan Liang scolds Xing Tian a lot. Then he goes to Wenjing and says, hey, we all used to be just like you. And then he starts saying a lot of funny things, which makes Wenjing laugh and become normal. Then Yan Liang requests Hua to give Wenjing a makeover. Hua teaches Wenjing table manners and also gives her a makeover. At the next dinner, Wenjing shows that she too can look very beautiful. After the dinner is over, everyone leaves. Meanwhile, Xing Tian sees that Wenjing is sitting with her heels. He asks, you didn't go? Wenjing says, Yan Liang is not here, and I thought I would fix these heels, but they didn't get fixed. So Xing Tian starts carrying Wenjing on his back. Over there, Hua is with her rich boyfriend. They are together the whole night. Just then, a girl's call comes on her boyfriend's phone, so Hua doubts him. Her boyfriend says, this is a business call, and goes to a separate place to talk to that girl. Here, the owner of Wenjing's cousin's restaurant comes to collect the rent. Then he sees Wenjing and tells Wenjing's sister-in-law, if you ever send her to me, I can forgive the rent. After this, we see Yan Liang has brought Wenjing for an outing. He takes her to a cinema hall where Wenjing talks a lot. From behind, the audience says, Doesn't she have any manners? Why is she talking so much? So Yan Liang starts fighting with those people. Later, Wenjing says, I'm the one who doesn't have any city manners. Yan Liang says, you should join classes so that you look exactly like a Shanghai city girl. Then he says, you should leave your cousin's restaurant and get a good job. Actually, here, Yan Liang wants to propose to her, but he is not able to gather the courage to do it. But then he tells her, will you be my girlfriend? Wenjing doesn't hear this properly, so she asks about it again. But Yan Liang doesn't have the courage to repeat this a second time. Then we see Wenjing's sister-in-law asking her, where have you been for so long? She says, I went to dinner with Yan Liang. Her sister-in-law says, you will have to go to dinner with us too. Then she takes Wenjing to the perverted owner of her restaurant and then leaves from there with her husband on the pretext of bringing food. This owner tries to get close to Wenjing, so Wenjing runs away from there. Her sister-in-law scolds her husband. Your sister ran away from dinner and didn't return home all night. Then, Wenjing's sister-in-law calls Yan Liang and asks, is Wenjing with you? Yan Liang says, no, and the sister-in-law hangs up the call. Yan Liang calls Hua and says, I am busy on a business trip, you go and see what happened to Wenjing. But Hua is also busy. So she says, Xingtian has quit his job, he will have time, tell him. Then Yan Liang does the same, so Xingtian goes to Wenjing's cousin's place where Wenjing's cousin says, she didn't come home all night. Then he says to his wife, this happened because you sent her to that pervert. Xingtian understands, this house is not safe for Wenjing. He comes out and sees Wenjing sitting scared. He brings her to his house and says, stay here until Yan Liang comes. Then Xingtian cooks food for Wenjing and leaves from there. He tells her, I am busy with work, so I am going to work now. The next day, Xingtian comes and sees that Wenjing has left a letter on which is written, you all were very helpful, but I came to Shanghai to find a job, which I didn't get, so now I am leaving. After this, Yan Liang arrives there and, knowing everything, goes to the station to find Wenjing. There, he catches Wenjing and says, please be my girlfriend. I will give you a better life. After this, Wenjing hugs him, from which he understands that Wenjing has agreed. Then he takes Wenjing to his house where two other boys also live. Then Wenjing comes wearing Yan Liang's shirt. So Yan Liang controls himself a lot because he promised he would not touch her. Over there, Qiao Hai goes to the shopping mall with Hua. Hua picks up a product for her boyfriend, so Qiao Hai puts it back. Hua asks, do you have any issue with my boyfriend? Qiao Hai says, I found out from reports that he has a wife. Hearing this, Hua feels hurt, but she says, don't interfere in my life. On that side, everyone is sitting for a meal when one of Yan Liang's roommates sits down for the meal wearing shorts. Wenjing feels weird, so Yan Liang says, now there is a girl with us. Don't come wearing clothes like this. That roommate says, I will come like this only. I pay rent here, I will live right here. If she has a problem, then she can leave from here. On this matter, a fight breaks out between Yan Liang and that roommate. Then Yan Liang takes a separate room. Here, he and Wenjing live together, but he still doesn't touch Wenjing. After this, Yan Liang finds a job for Wenjing. At Yan Liang's request, she gets the job, but she doesn't know how to use the office machines, so she is fired from the job. She does not tell this to Yan Liang. Then everyone goes to a club where Wenjing sings a song, and her singing skills are very good. Hua tells Wei, her learning skills are very good, and one day, she will sing even better than us and your rich friends. Then Wei goes to a place because her birthday is coming, and she has to give invitation cards to some people. Girls are taught many things at that place, so Wei gets Wenjing admitted there so that she can also learn some manners. Here, Hua has broken up with her boyfriend. After this, we see that Hua's parents live in an old house. Hua wants to shift them from there, but her parents say, the TV program people will renovate this house. It will be shown on TV. Hua says, I don't want everyone to know that my parents live in a house like this. Near this house, there is a club which Qiao Hai has come to. To know about some reports, he has to meet a secret girl. But here, Hua eats food and leaves the house, and in some time she faints. When Qiao Hai finds out about this, he goes to Hua. Hua asks him, did you know where my house is? He says, I've known since college time. On that side, a lady gives Wenjing the job of a nanny. She comes home and tells Yan Liang, I will pay half the rent for this house. Then she starts working as a nanny. On that side, Wei's birthday is approaching, so her friends go to select dresses. Then Hua, Wei, and Wenjing come to a fashion show where a person comes and starts talking to them. Just then, Hua spots her favorite novelist, so she goes to them, and Wei also leaves after talking for some time. Only Wenjing is left behind, so that person offers her a drink. Xingtian sees this and comes and lies to Wenjing. Hua is calling you. Later, Wenjing comes out of the washroom and remembers that she forgot the purse given by Wei. She goes back to the washroom and finds the purse there. Then she meets a lady who says, this purse, it's a fake copy of a good brand. Wenjing feels bad thinking, Wei gave me a local purse. She thinks, it's not as if I would have stolen it if Wei had given me the original purse from that brand, right? Then she leaves the party without saying anything, and Wei doesn't understand why Wenjing did that. On that side, Hua's boyfriend calls her to meet for one last time. When Hua goes to meet, she sees that coincidentally, Xingtian is also there, but the one who called Hua to meet is actually Hua's boyfriend's wife. She had messaged Hua. She says, when I saw your picture on my husband's phone, I realized he is giving all my expensive things to you. Aren't you ashamed? Hua says, this is your husband's fault. Still, the lady scolds her, so Hua becomes sad. Xingtian sees this and tries to comfort her. After this, Yan Liang meets Hua and asks, did something happen at the fashion show? Wenjing's mood has been off since she came back from there. Hua says, no, but you can give her flowers and gifts to make her feel better. Yan Liang does the same and hugs Wenjing and kisses her on the cheek. Wenjing slaps him and goes inside the room thinking, this is my first time. I don't know what to do. But then she says from inside the room, I liked these flowers. Are you okay? Yan Liang was shocked after being slapped, but when Wenjing asked about his well-being, he became normal again. Here, Hua's boss tells her, you should write a novel about blind dates now. That's why you should go to the place where blind dates happen. On that side, Chao Hai tells his friends, Hua went on a blind date. A friend of mine saw her. Meanwhile, Yan Liang asks Wei, did something happen at your fashion show? Wenjing's mood was off after coming from there. At first, Wei doesn't say anything, but after Yan Liang forces her, she says, I gave her one of my expensive purses, but when she returned it to me, it was a fake purse. Yan Liang says, do you think she sold your purse and gave you a fake one? Tell me the price of the purse, I will compensate you. She tells the price of the purse. The price of the purse is 200,000, hearing which Yan Liang says, you must have misunderstood. She hasn't taken the purse. Saying this, he leaves. Over there, where Wenjing works, someone gifts that family some crabs. No one in their house eats crabs, so they give these crabs to Wenjing. These crabs are quite expensive. Here, Yan Liang tells Hua about that purse incident, and somewhere starts to think, because Wenjing is so concerned about money, she could do something like this. Meanwhile, at home, Wenjing brings those crabs, which Yan Liang sees. Then he asks Wenjing about that purse. Wenjing says, I have not done anything like that. Yan Liang asks, did you leave that purse alone anywhere? Wenjing does not remember that she had forgotten the purse in the washroom, so she says, no. Then she goes and also tells Hua, I did not take that purse. On that side, Yan Liang asks his mom for money to give compensation, but he tells his mom, I need this money to buy an apartment. After this, Wenjing goes and tells Wei, I did not take that purse. Wei says, it's okay. It's not about the money. I have many such purses. Wenjing is about to say something more, but Wei ignores her. Wenjing is returning crying when Yan Liang sees her on the way and goes to her. Just then, Wenjing remembers that on that day, another girl also had the same purse. She goes again to tell this to Wei, but Yan Liang stops her. After this, Yan Liang's mom tells him that she will come to his place to see the apartment. Yan Liang goes to get Hua's help, because he wants to show Wenjing as rich in front of his mom. After this, Yan Liang tells Wenjing, you have to say in front of my mom that your dad does business. Then Hua also trains Wenjing to behave like a rich girl. After this, the owner of the place where Wenjing works says, the son of this house is coming today, so cook something tasty. Then when Wenjing goes to give the food, she sees that the boy is Xingtian. Xingtian asks her, what are you doing here? So she says, actually, I was fired from my previous job, so now I work here. Please don't tell Yan Liang. Anyway, then Wenjing goes to a shop where she asks an auntie to hold her place in line. But then a rude lady comes there who says, can anyone just make a reservation like this and leave? Then Wenjing arrives there, and that rude lady sends her to the back. Over there, Hua goes to watch a movie with Chao Hai, where she sees that her ex-boyfriend is sitting with another girl. She constantly keeps looking at her ex. On that side, we see that the rude lady from the shop is actually Yan Liang's mom. Here, she acts nice and asks Wenjing, what does your dad do? Then she starts asking more questions. Just then, Yan Liang gets a call from Chao Hai, and he tells his mom, we have to go to a friend's place. On the other side, Hua has drunk a lot. Everyone arrives there, and Hua is crying, holding Wenjing's neck. Chao Hai says, all this happened because of that bad boy. So Hua tells Chao Hai to get lost. Then she asks Wenjing to drink, and Wenjing drinks too. After this, Yan Liang takes Wenjing, and Chao Hai takes Hua from there. After this, Hua asks Wenjing about her would-be mother-in-law, to which she says, she is very rude. Hua says, you should gift her something. After this, Yan Liang's mom tells him, I saw Wenjing taking vegetables for someone. Yan Liang says she must be helping some colleague of hers. Then Wenjing gifts a scarf to her would-be mother-in-law. She doesn't like it because she finds the scarf cheap. Over there, Yan Liang calls Wenjing's office and finds out that no girl named Wenjing works there. On that side, the house where Wenjing works is actually Xingtian's dad's house. He comes to meet his dad, and his dad asks him about his job, which makes him angry and he leaves from there. His dad tells Wenjing, in his childhood, Xingtian was fond of flying kites, but I couldn't give him time. So Wenjing convinces Xingtian to fly a kite, and right then, Xingtian's dad arrives. Xingtian understands. Wenjing did all this for me and my dad. After this, Yan Liang asks Wenjing, Mom was saying that she saw you taking groceries for someone. Wenjing makes an excuse and avoids the topic, but Yan Liang knows Wenjing has lost her job. On the other side, because of the breakup, Hua can't concentrate on her work. Her boss fires her from the job, so she comes to the river. Her ex-boyfriend tells her, don't jump from here. She says, I have come here to throw away the things you gave me. On that side, Yan Liang shares his thoughts about Wenjing with Xingtian. Over there, Yan Liang's mom, while following Wenjing, goes to the place where she works. His mom calls Yan Liang and summons him. When they arrive here, Yan Liang's mom sees Xingtian and says, so Wenjing is having an affair with the son of this house. Xingtian clarifies that Wenjing works here. Hearing this, Yan Liang's mom faints. Wenjing feels guilty, so Hua explains to her, it's not your fault. Yan Liang himself told you to behave like a rich girl in front of his mom. Here, Yan Liang feels bad that Wenjing told Xingtian about this job, but not him. Anyway, then Yan Liang's mom tells him to go home with them and manage Yan Liang's dad's business. Yan Liang says, I have a job here. His mom says, don't you care about my health at all? Then Yan Liang tells Wenjing, I am going back from here and will never return. I have paid the rent for the house for the next 2 months, and by then, you should find a job for yourself. Over there, Xiaohai tells Wei, because of the money for your purse, Yan Liang's mom came here, and now Yan Liang and Wenjing have broken up. Wei goes and tells Wenjing, didn't I tell you to forget about that purse? While talking, the two of them and Hua become friends again. After this, Yan Liang comes drunk in front of Wenjing's house and calls for her. He says, I will not leave you. Wenjing knows that Yan Liang should go with his mom, so she scolds him and says, if you stay here, I will have to go and live in a hotel. Over there, Xingtian finds a teaching job at a university. Here, there is a farewell party for Yan Liang because he is leaving Shanghai. Over there, Wenjing also finds a job as a salesgirl for herself. She goes to sell wine in a supermarket, and the owner there asks her to go to dinner with him. At dinner, that owner behaves inappropriately with Wenjing, so Wenjing scolds him and leaves. After returning to the office, an employee tells her, the customers from the supermarket are my customers. Don't make them your customers. After this, the other employees there start saying, Wenjing snatches others' customers. Then, everyone is partying, where Wei tells Wenjing, you got a job selling wine. Now I will give you a lot of customers. Then, at Wei's request, Wenjing gets a customer. But she realizes that her company already deals with this customer. So she quickly comes to the office and asks her supervisor, whose customer have I stolen now? Her supervisor says, mine. But her supervisor talks to her nicely. Later, Wenjing's boss tells her, I hired you for this job based on your face. Then he takes Wenjing to a place. There, Wenjing feels uncomfortable with her boss's behavior, so she calls Hua. But Hua is busy, so she calls Xingtian. Xingtian comes there and tells her boss, I heard you are taking very good care of my friend. Saying this, he keeps making him drink. Then, he himself gets very drunk, so Wenjing takes him home. Xingtian does not let her leave from there, so Wenjing sleeps right there. Later, Xingtian comes to the floor near Wenjing because he is asleep. Wenjing screams and his eyes open. Wenjing says, you were very drunk, so I brought you home yesterday. Then Xingtian asks, what is this container doing here? Wenjing says, I brought you this. Xingtian thinks she has ruined Xingtian's reputation in all of Shanghai because she brought Xingtian this container in front of everyone. Anyway, Wenjing is in her office, where her sales are the lowest, and her supervisors and another girl's sales are higher. So the boss sends Wenjing's supervisor and that girl to a party as agents. Wenjing goes to that party at Wei's invitation. A friend of Wei comes there who looks quite rich. Wei tells him, my friend Wenjing is an agent for this wine company. That friend of Wei keeps looking at Wenjing. He says, I like this wine. Will you deliver the wine for me? Wenjing says, I am not on duty today. Saying this, she brings the other agent from the office and says, she is on duty today. You can give the deal to her. But that friend of Wei says, I only want you. Then Wenjing's boss gives her this offer. Just then, Wenjing's health deteriorates, and she falls. In the hospital, Hua takes care of Wenjing, where Xingtian also comes and takes great care of her. Perhaps Xingtian has started to like Wenjing now. After this, Wenjing goes to the office, where her boss fires her from the job. He says, "Your supervisor herself came to me and complained about you." Then the other girl who competes with Wenjing comes to her and says, "You were just my competition, but your supervisor tried to do bad things to me too. I understood earlier, but you were late. If you ever need me, let me know." Then Wenjing asks Xingtian, "I am unemployed now, what should I do?" Xingtian suggests she start an online wine business. Now Wenjing also wants to study in college, but the study fees are very high, so she goes to study in college secretly. The professor there catches her and is about to hand her over to the police. So Wenjing calls Xingtian, and Xingtian comes and saves her. He says, "You can study from me." Then, one day he comes and tells Wenjing, "You make so many mistakes." Now he can't hit her, so he starts spraying on her. At this, Wenjing also throws water on him. Anyway, then Xingtian sets Wenjing's hair, which makes Wenjing feel weird. After this, Hua does a shoot for Wenjing's online business and then collides with a child on the way. In this, it is the child's fault, but that child does not admit his mistake. He calls other children and hits Hua. After this, some people come there who think that Hua is bullying the children. Then this video goes viral, showing how bad Hua is. So then Wenjing calls Chao Hai, and Chao Hai comes. Hua says, "There must be a CCTV camera there, and everything must have been recorded in it." Then Wenjing tells Xingtian about Hua. Xingtian says, "We have to collect evidence first." Knowing this, Hua says, "Xingtian cares about me. He said the right thing." Chao Hai says, "I said the same thing." Then he collects the evidence and tells his boss to publish this report, which his boss does. With this, Hua is proven innocent and they all party. There, seeing Wenjing working, Xingtian comes to help her. After this, Xingtian's ex comes and talks to Xingtian. This ex-girlfriend had left Xingtian to pursue a business opportunity abroad, but her business there flopped, so she came back to Xingtian. Just then, Wenjing comes there, and holding her, Xingtian says, "This is my girlfriend." Wenjing tells this to Hua, so Hua says, "It's a good thing that girl didn't become Xingtian's girlfriend. To get rid of that girl, we should help Xingtian." Then Wenjing goes to a place to sell wine, but a raid happens there, and the police arrest Wenjing along with other girls. Chao Hai sees this news, so he calls Hua and Xingtian and says, "Whoever is near the police station, go and get Wenjing released." Xingtian goes and gets her released. Here, Chao Hai tells Hua, "After the issue related to those children, some people have attacked your house. Who gave them your address?" Hua thinks, "Could it be that my ex-boyfriend did this?" Anyway, then Xingtian's ex tells him, "You said that when I come to China, you will take me to see some places." Now Xingtian agrees to do this. After this, the two of them go for a tour, where Xingtian remembers the time he spent with his ex, but then he also remembers how she had left Xingtian. Over there, Wenjing thinks that maybe Xingtian and his ex are walking holding hands. Maybe they are also kissing. On that side, a girl named Xiaomi comes to Chao Hai's office and says, "I want to work in Chao Hai's group. We are from the same university." Then Xiaomi goes on a secret mission with Chao Hai. From there, Chao Hai does not get much information. Later, Xiaomi says, "That person named Shu Tiao didn't say much." Chao Hai says, "But I didn't tell you his name. How do you know his name?" At this, Xiaomi ignores him and leaves. Here, Wenjing gives her ATM card to Wei for compensation for her purse and says, "There is some money in this. When my salary comes, the rest of the money will also come into this. You can take that." Hua doesn't like that she gave money to Wei. After this, Wei hosts a show where a friend of hers, named Hui, comes. Wenjing does not let him go inside because he does not have an invitation card. Hua comes and calls him inside because Hui is the investor of this event. Then Wenjing starts selling wine there, so Hui says, "Have a drink with me, and I will buy your wine." Wenjing says, "Sorry, I am on duty." So Hui invites her to dinner and says, "I will buy all your wine bottles." Wenjing agrees. But Wenjing takes him to a small place for dinner, where he has probably never had dinner before. Then Wenjing places one wine bottle after another on the table and says, "Here, you are so fond of drinking wine, right? Drink all of these." But even after all this, Hui likes Wenjing. Anyway, then the new year is about to come, so Wenjing's wine sales also increase. She calls the girl who used to compete with her in the office to help her. After all this, Wenjing is with Hua and doesn't go back to her home because it will cost a lot of money to go home. But right then, many children are celebrating the new year with their parents. Here, Wenjing tells Hua, "You are my best friend." Hua feels guilty and says, "I took Wei's purse to a party. But on the way, someone replaced that purse with a fake one. Then you chose that purse. And later, you were accused of having a fake purse." Hearing this, Wenjing says, "It's okay. We won't tell any of our friends about this." Hua says, "Give me your ATM number. From now on, I will send money to it." On that side, the boy with whom Wenjing's marriage is fixed starts giving a lot of gifts to Wenjing's family to show his favor so that they get Wenjing married to him quickly. Wenjing's dad is greedy for gifts, so he didn't tell this boy that Wenjing doesn't want to marry him. He calls Wenjing and lies, "There is a flood in the village, so we need money." Here, Xiaohai has to write an article on a blind date, but he doesn't want to go to the place where blind dates happen. Xiaohai tells Xiaomi, "I like someone, so I will not go there." Over there, Hua tells Wenjing, "I also want to go to the village." Then Hua also asks Xingtian to go to the village because she has started to like him now. Then these three go to the village, where Wenjing finds out that her dad has lied. Then Wenjing's brother sees Xingtian's phone and says, "If I had this phone, I would be famous in the whole village. You are my sister's boyfriend, right? I know that no one can take care of my sister except you." Then Xingtian gifts him his phone and says, "I am giving this, but you have to take care of your sister." Then Hua, Xingtian, and Wenjing go for a walk, where the boy with whom Wenjing's marriage is fixed comes. Wenjing says, "Xingtian is my friend and a boxer. Will you fight with him?" That boy gets scared and leaves. Then Wenjing's dad tells her, "You have to marry that boy. He has given us a lot of money." Wenjing says, "I am going back tomorrow itself." After this, the boy with whom Wenjing's marriage is fixed blocks Wenjing's path. Actually, this boy is the son of the village head. We find out that the name of the village head's son is Shenji. Shenji tells Wenjing, "We are going to get married. Then why do you stay with your friends instead of with me?" Wenjing says that she does not want to marry Shenji, so Shenji says, "Why? I can also fight like your friend. I have also learned to dance for you." Saying all this, he stops Wenjing there. Just then, Xingtian comes to save her. Shenji tells his friends, "Hit Xingtian," but Xingtian punches the tree hard, which scares them into leaving. Xingtian tells Wenjing, "Is there a doctor nearby? Who told you to say that I am a boxer?" Actually, Xingtian's hand is injured. On that side, Shenji's dad tells Wenjing's dad, "Tell Wenjing to find a job for my son in Shanghai." Over there, Xingtian finds out that his dad's health has deteriorated. He goes to the hospital with Wenjing. After this, Wenjing passes her graduation entrance test. Everyone congratulates her, and Hui gives her gifts. Wei thinks, "How do these two know each other so well?" Later, Hua tells her, "What is between you and Hui? Are you jealous?" Wei says, "You think about yourself. I know you like Xingtian, but Xingtian is after Wenjing." Hua says, "It's not like that. She is a little weaker than all of us. That's why everyone shows sympathy for her." After this, a fan of her wine shop suggests to her, "Increase the popularity of your wine shop through fake methods." She does the same, but she gets copyright issues on it, and her online shop closes. Over there, Xiaohai finds out about a person who is doing business of antique items in an illegal way. Actually, this person is Hui's uncle. Meanwhile, Xiaohai publishes a report about this person. Over there, Hui's dad had told him, "Don't get involved in your uncle's matter." Here, Hui's uncle files a case against Xiaohai, claiming, "He is spreading rumors about me." Xiaohai's boss fires him from the job. He says, "You are fired until this case against you is dropped." Wei goes and requests Hui to talk to his uncle about this. Hui refuses. Hua thinks Hui is after Wenjing, so why not let Wenjing go and request him? That's why she sends Wenjing. When Wenjing goes to Hui, she sees that Hui is in a race, so he makes Wenjing sit in the car with him. At first, Hui does not listen to Wenjing, but after she requests him a lot, he says, "I will do this work if you become my girlfriend." Wenjing leaves from there without saying anything, which means her answer is no. Still, Hui talks to his uncle. Then he comes to Wenjing and her friends and says, "Why should I do your work? I ask you to go to dinner, you don't even go for that." Here, Hui does not tell them that the work is done. So Wenjing says, "Okay, I will go to dinner." So Hui says, "Okay, the work is done." After this, everyone comes to a party where Wenjing meets a woman from her village. This lady is now in a high post and pretends that she wishes well for Wenjing. On that side, Wei tells Hua, "Hui is my childhood friend. When I told him, he didn't listen to me, but he agreed after Wenjing said it once." Over there, the blind date show in which Xiaohai had gone to collect information is telecast on TV. In that show, Xiaohai says, "I will not choose anyone as my blind date from here because the one I like is not here. I have liked her since university time." Hearing all this, Hua understands that Xiaohai is talking about her. Just then, she says that her mom is calling her and then leaves from there. Wenjing tells Hua, "You can't do this to Xiaohai." Hua says, "So, if I had said no to his face, would he have liked that?" Then Xiaohai calls Hua to meet, so Hua says, "We are not the kind of friends who can change into lovers." Then Xiaohai's junior comes there, and seeing her, Hua tells Xiaohai, "You should find your love in another girl, like in this girl." Meanwhile, that village lady of Wenjing makes her realize, "You are different from everyone else." Further, the lady says, "You have to do something extra. Only then will you be able to compete with everyone." Over there, Hua's business has closed, so she asks for money from her mom. Her mom says, I have invested a lot of money in another place from where my money will come back doubled. Actually, her mom has invested a little money and will invest more later. But Hua thinks, what if this business is a fraud and they take my mom's money? On that side, Hua tells Chao Hai, why don't you find out about this? Then Wenjing delivers wine where Hui helps her. Actually, Hui himself has ordered the wine. Wenjing finds this out later, so Hui says, I wanted to see you, so I ordered wine. Wenjing asks, what will you take to leave me alone? Hui says, one dinner. Then they have dinner, and later Hui insists on dropping Wenjing home. Just then, Xingtian is passing by from there, and he comes and punches Hui. Over there, Chao Hai goes as a reporter with Hua's mom to the company where Hua's mom has invested money. Later, he tells Hua's mom, this company seemed fraudulent to me. First, let me publish the report, then you can invest here. Hua's mom likes this boy for Hua, so she starts telling him about Hua's likes and dislikes. After this, all the money of Hua's mom's neighbor is lost because they had also invested in that company. But Hua's mom is saved. That's why Hua wants to say thanks to Chao Hai, and they both go to a restaurant. Chao Hai tells her, we should take our relationship forward. Hua says, you are my friend, I can hold your hand, I can hug you, but I can't kiss you, because you are just my good friend. After this, Chao Hai has to click a picture of an actor's relationship. He goes on this job with a junior girl and a colleague. Here, the lady from Wenjing's village is busy making her modern in every way. Wenjing tells this to Hua, so Hua says, make sure she doesn't use you in some way. Actually, that village lady's name is Mei. Anyway, then Mei calls Wenjing to a place, but Mei does not come there. A person starts talking to Wenjing. Actually, Mei herself has introduced Wenjing to this person. This is her plan, because Mei has some business-related work with this person. Over there, Chao Hai's boss tells him, you shouldn't have taken your junior girl to work so late at night. That girl says, I went of my own free will. This girl said this to save Chao Hai. On that side, Wenjing finds out that Xingtian's dad has passed away. Here, Hua says, I don't know why Xingtian is not picking up my call. Wenjing tells her, Xingtian's dad has passed away. Over there, Xingtian's ex says, I have made all the arrangements for the funeral. Behave well with everyone so that opportunities can come in your career. Xingtian gets angry and says, I didn't do this funeral for my career. On that side, Hui's dad knows Xingtian's dad, so he tells Hui to go to the funeral. When Hui goes there, reporters surround him because Hui is a famous person. A reporter puts a recorder in his pocket. Then Hui goes and meets Wenjing and says, I had to take a punch because of you. You will compensate for this. Wenjing says, you are at a funeral right now. Hui says, I have nothing to do with Xingtian or his dad. Through the recorder, everyone hears this. Hua goes and takes the recorder out of Hui's pocket and says, everyone heard what you said. All this makes Xingtian feel bad, and he does not talk to Wenjing. There, a reporter named Xiao Mao comes to Wenjing and says, I heard your conversation with that person. I know you did nothing wrong. On that side, Mei tells Wenjing, the person from the other day wants to meet you. So Wenjing goes to dinner with that person. That person has started to like Wenjing, so he asks Wenjing to go on another dinner with him. Wenjing has also started to feel safe with that person. Then Xingtian's ex tells Wenjing, Xingtian and I are going to America. Actually, on the day of Xingtian's dad's funeral, Xingtian's ex had asked him to go to America. His mood was off, so he had said yes. Now, Wenjing tells Xingtian, I heard you were going to America. Further, Wenjing says, you have done a lot for me, so I want to say thanks by giving you a treat. Over there, Wei tells Hua, maybe Xingtian has started to like Wenjing. Hua says, it's not like that. Just yesterday, she told me that Xingtian doesn't even want to see her face. Here on the street, a person is singing a song. Wenjing says, I am feeling bad. No one is giving this person money. Then Xingtian goes and starts playing the guitar, and a crowd gathers there. People think how romantic he is, singing for his girlfriend. Hua also sees this video and is shocked. Here, Wenjing enjoys a lot with Xingtian and returns home. Hua tells her, you know how much I like Xingtian, right? Still, you went for a walk with him. After this, Wenjing writes a letter. You both are my best friends. I will not come between you two. Then, Mei's businessman calls Wenjing to meet. Actually, Xiao Mao is this businessman. Meanwhile, Wenjing finds out that there is really a flood in her village this time. Xiao Mao tells her, you can take a loan from me. You can return it later with interest. Then Wenjing meets her brother and Shenji. Shenji says, get us a job in Shanghai too. Then Wenjing keeps them both in a hotel for the time being because Hua is living with her now, so she cannot keep them with her. Over there, Xingtian's ex tells him that Xingtian will do this, and that after going to America. Xingtian gets angry and says, Stop making decisions about my life. I will stay right here. I am not going anywhere. After this, Wei makes a business deal with Hui so that she can spend more time with him on this pretext. On that side, Hua comes to Xingtian and says, I have to go to a cosplay function, but none of my friends are free, so please come. After this, the two of them go to that event where Hua sees that Hui has launched a game character that looks exactly like Wenjing. Hua says, Hui is so romantic. He drew his love like this. Hearing this, Xingtian feels jealous. Over there, Hui wishes that Wenjing would see this cartoon. On that side, Wenjing leaves her brother at her cousin's house and says, give him some work at the hotel too. On that side, Hua tells Xingtian, carry me in your arms. Xingtian does not do so. While walking, Hua's condition worsens. At home, Wenjing asks her, you went with Xingtian. How was your day? Hua lies, we had a lot of fun. Wenjing thinks about what a good time they must have spent. After this, Xingtian calls Wenjing to meet. He takes her to a show. Wenjing thinks, I had promised Hua that I would meet Xingtian only for urgent work. So now she tells Xingtian, call Hua. Xingtian says, I have brought you here for a job. You have to draw the moves of the characters who are dancing on the stage. Watching the characters on the stage, Wenjing imagines herself and Xingtian in the place of those characters. After this, they are walking on the road when Wenjing sees a girl and says, her earring is so nice. Then Xingtian goes and buys that earring from the shop. Hui also sees this and goes and buys another earring of the same design. Xingtian sends this earring by parcel to Wenjing's house. Hua thinks that Xingtian has sent this for her. She wears this earring and posts it on social media. Over there, Hui gifts Wenjing the earring he bought. Xingtian sees this and gets angry. He comes and starts boxing, so Qiaohai says, you are dating Hua, right? Actually, Qiaohai has also seen Hua's social media post. Xingtian clarifies, I like Wenjing. On that side, Xiao Mao tells Mei, I have started to like Wenjing. Mei says, this is what I wanted. I will bring you two closer to each other. Here, Wenjing's brother sometimes serves the wrong order and sometimes puts his unwashed hand in the food, so he is fired from the job. Over there, Wenjing and Xiao Mao meet, where Wenjing's brother comes and says that he has lost his job. Now Xiao Mao has to help Wenjing. He gets his brother a job in his company by making a recommendation. Wenjing is happy. Xiao Mao says, ever since I saw you, I have started to like you. Wenjing says, I have not thought about you like that. Xiao Mao says, so think now. Wenjing tells these things to Hua. Hua says, but you like Hui. On that side, Wei's and Hui's parents also want them to be with each other. So then they tell Hui to drop Wei home. While showing the telescope, Hui comes very close to Wei, which makes Wei feel very good. Over there, Wenjing's brother is fired from Xiao Mao's company because he is not at all sincere about his work. Then Wenjing's brother goes to Wenjing and says, give me some money, I will get an unlicensed car and become a driver. Then Hui calls Wenjing, and Wenjing asks him, can you introduce me to someone who gives unlicensed cars? After knowing everything, Hui says, don't give your brother an unlicensed car. He will go to jail. After this, Hui asks Wenjing to cook food, which she will take for Xingtian. Later, Wenjing asks Xingtian, who were those earrings for? Xingtian says, what do you think? Wenjing says, they were for Hua. Xingtian says, yes, so they were for Hua. After this, Hui calls Wenjing, so she thinks Hui has called to place an order for wine. But Hui says, take a car for your brother from my garage. Wenjing says, I have explained to my brother that there is no need to get a car. Hui says, I am going somewhere from here for 3 months. Wenjing says, that means I won't get big orders for that much time. Hui says, do you only see me as a client? Wenjing says, you are a VIP client. Hui says, if I am a special client, can I get something extra? Wenjing says, in other places they give gifts to all customers, but right now I don't have money. Hui thinks how naive she is. On that side, Hua gets stuck in some copyright issue. Here, Wenjing finds out that her mom is very sick and she needs to have surgery. Meanwhile, all these friends had invested in a company, so Wenjing goes and asks Xingtian, can I get my share of the money? Xingtian says, that money is facing a lot of loss right now. After this, Xingtian goes and asks Hua what issue Wenjing has, but Hua also cannot say anything. Meanwhile, Xingtian solves Hua's copyright issue, so Hua hugs him. Wenjing sees this and thinks they are in a relationship. After this, Wenjing is unable to collect the money for the surgery from anywhere and is walking on the road drunk. Xingtian sees her there and says, what has happened to you? I am so worried about you. I care a lot about you. Wenjing slaps him and says, you care for your girlfriend. If you hurt my friend, I will not spare you. On that side, Mei tells Xiao Mao about Wenjing's condition. Xiao Mao makes all the arrangements and gets Wenjing's mom's surgery done. Then he tells Wenjing, I will take care of your family for their whole life in this way. Please give me a chance. Then Xiao Mao proposes to her for marriage, and Wenjing says yes because she is under the burden of Xiao Mao's favors. Over there, Hua says, you should marry the one you love, not the one to whom you are indebted. Anyway, then Hua clicks a photo with Wenjing and posts it, captioning that Wenjing is going to get married. Xingtian sees this and meets her at the hospital with Wenjing. He asks, why are you going away from me? Wenjing says, you should care for the one you are supposed to care for. There is no need to be extra friendly with others. After this, Mei finds out that Xiao Mao's company is going to suffer a loss. She cancels the contract with Xiao Mao and says, now Wenjing will not marry you either. She only wanted to marry you for money. Xiao Mao goes and asks Wenjing, did you come to meet me only so that I would sign the contract with Mei? Now this is true, so Wenjing says, yes. Xiao Mao says, you wanted to marry me only for my money. Wenjing's brother overhears all these things. He goes and tells his mom, now Xiao Mao will not even pay for the surgery. His mom says, I don't want to have the surgery. Anyway, then Wenjing tells Hua, you once told my brother that one can go to Africa to earn money. Please guide me to go there. At first, Hua does not want to do this because that place is very dangerous. But then Wenjing meets Qiao Hai, and Qiao Hai introduces her to an agent. Then Wenjing and her brother go to Africa. After 3 months, Wenjing's brother comes and returns the wedding ring to Xiao Mao, the money for his mom's surgery, and the money he had given for the flood. Xiao Mao feels guilty because he understands that Wenjing did not want to marry him for money. Meanwhile, Wenjing's brother has arrived 2 to 3 days before Wenjing. Since 2 to 3 months have passed, Hui has also returned. He asks Wei about Wenjing, so Wei says, she has gone to Africa. She is returning now. Over there, Xingtian is also making arrangements to go to the airport, but Xiao Mao reaches the airport first. He tells Wenjing, I was wrong, but now I want to marry only you. But Wenjing refuses to marry him. Just then, Hui arrives there and tells Xiao Mao, when she is refusing you, don't force her. And now she is my girlfriend. Xiao Mao asks Wenjing, is this true? Wenjing says, yes. From a distance, Xingtian also sees Wenjing and Hui, for whom he had brought flowers. After this, Mei finds a new boss for Wenjing and arranges a meeting for Wenjing with him. Over there, Hua tells Xingtian, you know a lot about stocks. Teach me too. Here, Wenjing's boss is a pervert and he invites Wenjing to dinner. Wenjing manages to refuse. Later, she tells Hua, I refused this time, but I can't do it every time, so then I will call you, and you come and save me. After this, Wenjing's boss tells her, I am very drunk, so I can't drive. Please drop me home. Wenjing calls Hua, but Hua is with Xingtian, so she doesn't want to miss this opportunity, so she informs Hui. Hui goes to Wenjing and teaches her boss a lesson, but just then Wenjing's boss recognizes that Hui is a rich person. So Wenjing's boss starts buttering him up. Hui says, take care of Wenjing from now on, she is my girlfriend. Then Wenjing and Hui talk, and later Hui starts getting a bit too close to her, but Wenjing stops him. Hui says, you told Xiao Mao that we are boyfriend and girlfriend, so can I even hug you? Wenjing asks, so what's the difference between you and my boss? Hui says, when you get into trouble, your boss doesn't come to save you, I do. Anyway, then at Hui's suggestion, Wenjing resigns from her job, and she goes and scolds Mei, you always introduce me to such bosses for your own benefit. After this, Wenjing gives a presentation at her university, and after it is complete, Hui comes and congratulates her with flowers. Xingtian also comes there, but his mood gets spoiled seeing them together. He resigns from that university where Wenjing is. After this, Qiao Hai's junior, Mu, asks him, will you go to a wedding with me as a couple? Qiao Hai asks, have you started to like me? Mu says, no. Over there, Hua tells Xingtian, will you go to an event with me? Actually, Hua's first ex-boyfriend is getting married, and he has invited Hua. So Hua takes Xingtian there, and Xingtian says, why did you lie to me? Hua says, I didn't want to come here alone. This is the same wedding where Qiao Hai and Mu have also come. Hua says, look, everyone is settling down. Wenjing with Hui, me with you, and over there Qiao Hai has also brought a partner. Hearing this, Xingtian's mood gets spoiled. Later, Mu tells Qiao Hai, I shouldn't have brought you here. Your mood must have been spoiled after seeing Hua. Qiao Hai says, my heart has changed a little now. Then he says, hey, what am I saying? Maybe I have drunk a little too much. Over there, Wenjing's graduation is complete, so Hui organizes a party for her. But at the same time, his dad calls him. Wei says, I will handle the party. There, Hua confesses, I was the one who changed Wei's purse. Hearing this, Xingtian starts scolding her a lot. He says, it was Wenjing's first time in Shanghai. How could you have done that to her? He starts scolding her even more. So Wenjing goes to stop him, and Xingtian leaves from there. Wenjing goes after him and asks, why did you do that? Xingtian says, you still can't see why I did that? I did it for you. Then Wenjing starts saying a lot of things, So to quiet her down, Xingtian kisses her. Somehow, Wenjing also gets involved in this kiss, but then she remembers that she has promised Hua that she will stay away from Xingtian. So she moves away from Xingtian. She says, "Don't tell Hua about this." After this, at home, Hua sits with the door closed. So Wenjing goes and tells Xingtian to pacify Hua. Xingtian goes and says sorry to her, so Hua opens the door. After this, because Wenjing's graduation is complete, she starts searching for a job. A lady hires her for a job. Actually, this company belongs to Hui. Then one day, Wenjing's boss says, "I have a pain in my stomach. You record everything that is going to happen in the meeting in this recorder." But at the right time, the recorder doesn't work, which Wenjing also doesn't know about. Later, her boss scolds her, so she says, "I remember everything that happened in the meeting." After this, Wenjing's boss's health deteriorates, so she tells her boss to take a rest. Her boss says, "No, I have to introduce my boss's guest today." Just then, Hui comes there and says, "You have a pain in your stomach? You take a rest? Your assistant will assist me." After this, Wenjing tells Hui, "If I had known you were the boss here, I would never have joined here." Then she starts to leave, so Hui says, "Where are you going? You are also my assistant's assistant. Your will does not run here." Then Hui drinks from Wenjing's glass and says, "There was your lipstick mark on this glass, right? That's why I drank from this glass." Anyway, later Wenjing overhears some people who came to the auction party discussing among themselves, "We will announce the lowest possible price for this product and buy it at that price." Wenjing goes and says this on the microphone, which lets everyone know about the discussion. This saves Hui's company from facing a loss. Hui appreciates her and then comes to pick her up on a bike. He says, "When my employees do a good job, I should give them a surprise." Then Wenjing has to go with him unwillingly. Then Hui also sends flowers for her to Wenjing's house. Hua says, "You two have started dating." After this, Hua forces Xingtian to go to a movie with her. On that side, Hui selects a dress for Wenjing, which she feels uncomfortable wearing. So Hui tells her to change the dress. Then these two appear at the premiere of the same movie where coincidentally, Hua and Xingtian had gone. Xingtian is shocked to see Wenjing with Hui. He goes to a place and starts drinking. Coincidentally, Wenjing also takes Hui to the same place. There, some loafers catcall Wenjing, so Xingtian goes to fight with them, and Wenjing goes to stop all this. So those loafers tell Xingtian, "Oh, so she is your ex? And now she has gone with some rich guy, so you are getting jealous." After all this, Hua and Wenjing somehow stop their fight. Then Hui asks Xingtian, "Why did you get so angry?" At this, Xingtian just looks at him and leaves because he is actually angry at Hui. After this, Hui brings food for Wenjing to the office. Wenjing says, "My superior has told me to work on a project." Hui says, "You work on it. I will give you a commission." Wenjing refuses, so Hui says, "Anyway, all my money is yours." Wenjing says, "If you talk like this, I will get up and leave." Hui says, "I can even give my life for my mom and you." At this, Wenjing quiets him down, so he goes to kiss Wenjing's hand. But just then, he gets a call from his mom. He says, "I have to go. You can do some shopping." After some time, Hui comes to meet her and says, "I think Xingtian likes you. You should stay away from Hua because when Xingtian comes to your house to meet her, he might do something to you." Wenjing says, "He is not like that." Hui asks, "Are Hua and Xingtian in a relationship?" Wenjing says, "I don't know." So Hui goes to ask Hua this question, but Wenjing stops him. After this, Hua is alone at home and calls Xingtian. She says, "I have a headache, and there is no one to take care of me." Wenjing has also gone with her boyfriend. "Please come home." Xingtian comes home, so Hua starts clinging to him, and she is very drunk. After some time, she goes to the washroom to vomit. Just then, Xingtian finds that letter of Wenjing, where she had promised Hua that she would not love Xingtian. Then, Xingtian sees Hui, dropping Wenjing home with a forehead kiss. Hui also sees Xingtian. After this, Wenjing tells Hua that people in her company invest in paintings. Hua tells this to her mom, so her mom brings her neighbors to Wenjing to invest. Anyway, then Wenjing's mom's health deteriorates, so she takes leave and goes to her mom. She sees that her mom is quite sick. There is no doctor available in Wenjing's village, so she goes out to find a doctor. Just then, Hui brings a doctor from the city. He says, "I knew from the sound of your voice that you were in tension. Then after talking to Hua, I found out everything." Over there, after talking to Hua, Xingtian finds out about Wenjing's mom. That's why he wants to go see her mom. But Hua tells him Hui is already there to help her. Here, Wenjing starts to understand that Hui really cares for her. He does a lot of work for her. But just then, Hui's mom calls him and says, "Your dad has kept an urgent meeting. You have to reach there quickly." So the next day when Hui wakes up from sleep, she sees that Hui is not with her. Over there, Hui is in a meeting in the city. He gets a call from Wenjing, but Hui's stepbrother comes there and tells everyone will stay away from their phones. Over there, Wenjing's mom tells her, "Hui likes you a lot, but he is so rich. Will his parents accept you?" On that side, everyone has been in a meeting for 2 days. Their food, drink, bathing, everything happens right there. Here, 2 teams are competing. Currently, the situation comes to an equal point, so everyone wants to leave the decision to Hui's dad. But Hui's dad is not here right now. On that side, Hua tells Wenjing, "You should fall in love with Hui." Now Wenjing has already fallen in love with Hui. Later, Wenjing's health deteriorates, and she is about to faint when Hui comes and saves her. But Wenjing says, "I don't need your care." She doesn't even eat the food given by Hui. She says, "I shouldn't have had expectations from you. I didn't know you were such a busy person. You didn't even pick up my call once." Hui says, "Do I still seem like a playboy to you? After meeting you, I have become responsible. You are the first girl I want to take home." Wenjing thinks, "I will not fall for Hui's sweet talk," but then Hui kisses her. So Wenjing falls for his sweet talk. After this, at Hui's suggestion, Wenjing goes to live with him. Meanwhile, everyone in the office knows that Wenjing is Hui's official girlfriend. After this, Xingtian calls Wenjing to meet. He says, "You know we first met in this cafe. You had deleted all the files from my laptop. Anyway." Then he asked Wenjing about the letter where Wenjing had promised Hua that she would not love Xingtian. Just then, Hui arrives there. To make Xingtian hear, he deliberately mentions in conversation that Wenjing is living with him. Over there, Hua was told by Xingtian to sell his investments because Xingtian has a lot of knowledge about investment-related things. Meanwhile, Hua finds out that Xingtian is at a gym right now, so she goes there and wants Xingtian to notice her. When Xingtian doesn't notice her, she herself goes and tells him, "Now that Wenjing has started living with her boyfriend, I am alone at home. So I thought of joining a gym, and I sold the investments, after which its price increased, and Mom scolded me a lot. But you told me to do so. I can at least do that much." Over there, Hui's dad goes to Wenjing and says, "How much money will you take to leave Hui? I know you want to open your own female business. I will give you money for that." Wenjing says, "I am not with him for money." After this, Wenjing quits her job because she doesn't want Hui's image in the office to be ruined because of her. Here, Hui's mom says, "Now my husband has aged, so why don't we select a new person for this seat?" Now Hui's stepbrother has taken everyone to his side, so everyone votes for him. On top of that, while coming here, Hui bumps into a boy who secretly steals his phone, and the lift in which Hui enters also gets stuck. Actually, all this was done by Hui's stepbrother. Because of Hui's late arrival, Hui's dad also gets angry at him and says, "You and your mom got ready to take my seat. My trust in you is gone." Hui says, "When did you ever trust me? You gave everything to my stepbrother." Anyway, then Hui's dad abandons him from the company. He says, "I spoke to your girlfriend and she is also very rude." Hui hears everything and says, she doesn't care about money at all. On that side, Hua's mom's neighbors come to them and say, "At your suggestion, we invested money. Now you get us our money back." She says, "I told you to take your money out from there." They say, "No, we gave our money to Wenjing. Now she will return our money. If she doesn't give it, then Hua will." Everyone goes to Wenjing and asks for money. Xingtian comes there and explains, "I will bring a lawyer tomorrow. He will tell whose fault it is." Over there at home, Hui waits for Wenjing. When he finds out that Xingtian dropped Wenjing home, he gets angry. Hui asks Wenjing, "Why didn't you tell me that my dad went to your place?" The most important thing in a relationship is trust. Wenjing tells him everything. So Hui hugs her and says, "My dad had already told me everything. I just wanted to know from you." After this, Xingtian brings a lawyer to Wenjing's investors. He explains, Wenjing is not at fault in all this, but those investors cannot understand anything. Just then, Hui comes there and says, "The company in which my girlfriend made you all invest is my company, so I will give you all your money." Xingtian says, "This proves that Wenjing is at fault here. You think you can buy everything with money?" Then Wenjing tells Hua, "Hui makes the decisions of my life. When I go to talk to him about business, he ignores it." After this, Wenjing tells Hui, "I will open a business for females and kids. For this, I need to create an app. Will you introduce me to an app developer?" Hui says, "You are my girlfriend. You rest. You don't need to do business." Wenjing says, "I want to stand on my own 2 feet. Hui says, "I am giving you my card. You can buy whatever you want to buy." Wenjing says, "Why are you like this? All my friends are supporting me." Hua, Xingtian, When Hui hears Xingtian's name, he gets angry again. Anyway, then Wenjing discusses her business with Hua. On that side, Qiaohai asks Mu, "What is your wish?" Mu says that the channel we created becomes successful, and second, that the Lonely Sea Monster is always happy. Actually, Lonely Sea Monster is Qiaohai's user ID. Mu says, "I have liked you a lot since I was in university. I could never tell you this." Qiaohai says, "I have also started to like you for a few days." Then Qiaohai points her towards a building, and on that building it is written, "I love you, Mu." On that side, Hui does not find Wenjing at home, so he calls Wenjing. Wenjing says she is at a place outside. Hui is about to go there, but on the way, he finds out about a girl's accident. Seeing her dress, Hui thinks it is Wenjing, but when he sees her face, he understands that it is someone else. Then he goes and meets Wenjing and says, "You know how much crowd there is on the road today? Why did you come here?" Then he kisses Wenjing. After this, Hui's mom tells him, "If you don't want to marry Wei, there is a girl I know." Hui says, "I have a girlfriend." His mom asks, "Which family is she from?" For now, Hui does not say more than this. After this, Hua comes to Wenjing's house and says, "Your luck has really shined. What a big house." Wenjing says, "But Hui's parents have not accepted me." After this, Hui comes there and starts getting close to Wenjing because he doesn't know that Hua is there. Just then, he sees Hua, and Hui gets shy. Anyway, then Hui tells Wei, "I don't know who has given Wenjing big dreams. I just want that when I return home, she comes to me, cooks for me. I want to protect her." After this, Wei tells Wenjing, "Hui and I are going on a business trip. Hui said you can go to the EMBA camp." Happy with this, Wenjing welcomes Hui nicely at home. Then everyone goes to the camp and has fun. Later, Wenjing tells Xingtian, "I need to create an app for my business. Will you introduce me to an app developer?" Xingtian says, "You have such a rich boyfriend. What need do you have to do business?" Wenjing says, "I want to stand on my own 2 feet. Xingtian says, "If you love Hui, then you should listen to him. By the way, I saw that letter where you promised Hua that you would not love me." Wenjing says, "I just wanted to help you too." Later, Hua comes and starts clinging to Xingtian. Qiaohai also sees this. The next day, Qiaohai tells Xingtian, "If you don't like her, then tell her clearly. Otherwise, she will get hurt unnecessarily later." Xingtian argues with Qiaohai. He goes and asks Hua, "Have I ever shown any symptom that would make you think I love you?" Hua says, "I never said that you love me." But deep down, Hua feels bad. After this, Hua tells Wenjing, "Ask Hui for help for this business." Wenjing says, "He doesn't support my business. I can't ask him for help." Anyway, then Wenjing returns home late, so Hui says, "Every day you leave before I wake up in the morning and come home after I sleep. Give me some time too." Then Wenjing's parents come to Shanghai because they have to get some medicines for Wenjing's mom. Wenjing keeps them at Hui's house. Wenjing's brother sees Hui's bikes. Wenjing's dad says, "There is so much empty space outside the house. Why don't you cultivate crops on it?" On that side, Hui's mom is supposed to meet Wenjing, but Wenjing cannot reach there on time. So then Hui's mom introduces a relative's daughter to Hui. She clicks a picture of them. Meanwhile, Xingtian coincidentally comes there and tells Hui, "You should not pay attention to other girls." Hui says, "Wenjing chose me instead of you, so you are getting jealous and paying attention to me." Xingtian glares at him. Over there at Hui's house, Wenjing's parents have created a ruckus. Wenjing's dad is gardening, and Wenjing's mom is cooking with all the vegetables. Wenjing's brother keeps looking at Hui's bikes. Just then, Hui's mom arrives there. When Hui arrives there, he is shocked to see his mom. Hui says, "You met these people?" Hui's mom thinks that Wenjing's dad is the gardener here, and Wenjing's mom is the servant here. Hui says, "This is my girlfriend Wenjing. These are her parents." Knowing this, Hui's mom feels dizzy. Over there, Hua's mom tells her, "The day Xingtian brought a lawyer for Wenjing, I saw how much he loves Wenjing." Hua says, "No, they are just friends." Her mom says, "No, you and Xingtian are friends. Xingtian loves Wenjing." On that side, Hui's mom tells Hui, "Wenjing is not of our standard. She will keep asking you for money for her parents' health her whole life." Wenjing secretly hears all this. Later, she tells Hui, "Your parents will never accept me." Hui says, "When my dad went to your place, you scolded him. So what happened now?" Then Hua thinks about the earrings given by Xingtian. She reads the letter that Xingtian had given with the earrings. It says, "These earrings will match with your blue jeans and white top." Hua asks Wenjing, "Did Xingtian give you these earrings? Because I don't have a set of blue jeans and a white top. You kept making a fool of me. Let's go, our friendship is over." Then Wenjing drinks a lot and is walking on the road where she meets Xingtian. Xingtian brings her to his house. He says, "Not in your happy times, maybe, but you can always come to me in your sad times." Over there, Hui doesn't find Wenjing at home, so he calls Hua. Hua understands that she is at Xingtian's house. Then Hui comes to Xingtian's house and first sees the drinks, which Wenjing was actually drinking when she came here. Then he sees Wenjing lying down. He goes and punches Xingtian. Hua thinks it would have been better not to bring him here. After this, Wenjing is drunk and goes to Hui and says, "I have been waiting for you for so long." Then after all of them leave, Xingtian tells Hua, "It is not right for you to stay at my house so late at night. You should leave." Hua says, "Is it okay for Wenjing to stay here?" Xingtian says, "I owe you a lot. That's why I am still with you. You even made Wenjing write that letter saying she wouldn't love me." Hua says, "She told you that? She wrote that letter herself." Here, Wenjing's mom says that they will not stay at Hui's house like this. It is not right. Wenjing gets a new apartment for them. Over there, Hui feels lonely as always and starts going to parties with the girls selected by his mom. Here, Wenjing tells Hua, "I am in a relationship with Hui, so I thought I could meet Xingtian. That's why I went to drink with him last night." Hua says, "You told him that I made you write the letter." Hua says, "Before you leave, give me the house key." Wenjing was living here on rent, and now Hua is kicking her out of the house. Then Hua goes and tells Chao Hai, "What a bad girl Wenjing is. She did all this to me." Chao Hai says, "You are angry because Xingtian rejected you. You rejected me too, that was not your fault." Similarly, Wenjing is not at fault here either. And you have been living with her for so long, does she seem like a two-timer to you? After this, we see that ever since Hui found Wenjing at Xingtian's house, he has not been talking to Wenjing. But when he sees that Wenjing is working very hard for her work, he goes and hugs her and says, "I shouldn't have been so angry with you." Then he tells her that he will introduce her to a developer for her app. After this, the developer comes to Wenjing, but Wenjing does not understand anything. She goes home and tells Hui, "What kind of developer have you given me?" Hui says, "She is the best developer in our office." The next day, Wenjing meets her again, and she is indeed the best developer. Over there, Xingtian thinks that ever since he scolded Hua, Hua has stopped uploading the next episodes of her novel. So he goes and tells Hua, "We can be friends again." Here, Hui's dad gets very sick. Hui says, "We should take care of dad now." But his mom says, "If you don't focus on his seat, his stepson will take that seat." After this, Wenjing gives food to Hui for his dad, but Hui says, "There is a lot of food in the hospital." He doesn't even value her food. Then Hua calls Wenjing and asks her to meet. Actually, Xingtian has planned for them to meet. When Wenjing goes to meet her, Xingtian says, "Hua has made designs for your business." Wenjing asks, "Did you really make this?" Hua gives no reply. Wenjing deliberately tells Xingtian, "Thank you, you made the designs for me." Hua gets angry and says, "He didn't make these designs, I did." So then Hua and Wenjing become friends again. Over there, the girl with whom Hui's mom had introduced Hui calls Hui and says, "I checked your girlfriend's background. She is very poor. She didn't tell you." Hui says, "I know everything. Stop following my girlfriend." Then Hui sees an article where there is a picture of Wenjing, and it is written, "Will it be right for a village girl to marry into a rich family?" Hui gets that article deleted. Here, Hua tells Wenjing, Hui could have also replied, "Yes, it will be right. Why did he delete the article? He probably doesn't want to marry you." Wenjing says he deleted it because if his mom saw it, she would start thinking about it. "By the way, my mom's birthday is coming. I have told dad to talk to Hui about marriage on that day." Then Wenjing tells Hui about her mom's birthday, and he says that he will be busy. On the birthday, Wenjing is with all her friends. Her mom tells Xingtian, "Even though Hui is her boyfriend, you always stay with her." Meanwhile, Hui calls Wenjing and says that he won't be able to come to the birthday. After this, Wenjing is looking for an investor for her business. Just then, a person faints on the road, so Wenjing tries to pick him up. Seeing her kindness, a lady starts talking to her, and they also talk about business. Over there, the girl whom Hui's mom had introduced to Hui calls Hui. She says, "Wenjing started wandering from one company to another today. Is she starting some business?" Hui says, "Yes." Since Wenjing did not find any investor, Hui wants to take her on a tour of Europe to cheer her up. Wenjing says, "My business is just starting. I can't go." Hui says, "You have a uniqueness in you. That's why I want to protect you. If you stay involved in business-related things like this, how will that uniqueness remain in you?" Anyway, then that businesswoman who was impressed by her kindness comes to meet Wenjing, and she gets ready to invest in her business. After this, Wenjing is walking on the road, and a lady throws water on her. Actually, this lady is Yan Liang's mom. Now Yan Liang's financial condition has become bad, and Wenjing's condition has become better than his, so Yan Liang's mom butters up Wenjing. A lady is also with them who sees Wenjing and asks, "Who is this girl?" Then Yan Liang goes to drop Wenjing further and says that the lady is his wife and he has a 3-year-old son. Then the other friends meet Yan Liang. On her app launching day, Wenjing gives a lecture at her university. Hui tells Wei, "I don't feel like loving her anymore. Before, I wanted to protect her, but now she has become very strong." Then Yan Liang comes to meet Wenjing and gives her some money, but Wenjing refuses. Wenjing says, "Wherever I am today, it is because of you." After this, Wenjing finds out that someone else has already launched an app with the same design as the one she launched. She thinks that Hui knew about this design. Anyway, then Hua shows Wenjing a photo in which Hui is partying with some girls. Wenjing's mood gets spoiled. Wenjing says, "I always make wrong decisions." Xingtian says, "It's okay, I am always with you." Then Wenjing's business is just getting some orders when her investor says that she will not invest anymore. Later, Wenjing goes home, and Hui says, "Nowadays, I like to come home late because when I return home, I will be alone." Then Wenjing falls asleep in his lap, and Hui realizes that she has a fever because she is working so much overtime. Just then, Wenjing gets a call that customers have sent complaints about the goods she sold. She asks Hui, "What should we do?" Hui gets angry at her and says, "You have a fever, and now you are worried about business. Take the medicines yourself, you are so strong." After this, Xingtian says, "I found out that one of the customers who took the goods is a friend of Hui. The others agreed when I said that I would return the money, you give back the goods." But Hui's friend did not agree. Wenjing goes and asks this friend, "Why are you doing this?" Actually, this is the same girl whom Hui's mom had introduced to Hui. That girl says, "Hui himself told me about that design." Then she plays a recording for Wenjing. This is the recording of the day when this friend of Hui had asked him, "Is Wenjing starting a new business?" In this recording, Hui had told that girl, yes, she is obsessed with designing an app. Hearing this, Wenjing gets angry. She starts to leave with her belongings from Hui's house. Hui goes to stop her, so she says, "You didn't want me to do business, so now you have made my business fail like this." Hui says, "I just told her about your app while discussing casually, not to reveal your secret." Wenjing says, "I think I should take a break from you." He says, "Are you breaking up with me?" Wenjing says, "No, I will stay away from you for a few days." Then seeing Wenjing's bag, Hua says, "You lived with Hui for a year, but your luggage bag is so small." Wenjing says, "I didn't buy many clothes. I thought that if I ever have to leave his house, I should have less luggage." Hua says, "That means you were not sure about him from the beginning." Wenjing says, "I don't know why I never got my home feeling from that house." After this, Hui has a racing match coming up, but his mood is bad. So his friend goes to Wenjing and says, "Hui's match is coming up, but his condition is bad. Please go with him to support him." Hui waits for Wenjing at the airport, but she doesn't come. After this, Wenjing is busy with work, but her programmer friend tells her, "Your boyfriend has a car racing match. You should go to see him off." Wenjing starts to go to Hui, but she finds out that her mom has passed away. She starts to go to the village. Xingtian also finds this out, so he also starts to go to the village. Here, someone tells Hui that a girl has come to meet him. He goes and sees that Wei has come to meet him. Then Hui's friend tells him, "Your mood will be off if Wenjing doesn't come. That's why only I will perform, you will not perform." But after a short time, Hui's friend has an accident in the car racing. After this, he finally dies. Hui is broken, so Wei comforts him. Over there, Wenjing's brother tells Xingtian, "You came to my sister in this bad time. You should go back. Your work must be getting affected." Xingtian says, "I am her friend. I will stay with her for a few days." On that side, Hui tells Wei, "My luck is bad. When I was little, my health was bad. Dad had an illegal child with another woman. They said I needed bone marrow, so that's why they had another child so that child could give me bone marrow. But all this is an excuse, and he was having an affair with someone else." Then he says, "My girlfriend Wenjing left me, and my friend also left me." Wei says, "I will always be with you." After this, Hui meets Wenjing and says angrily, "Where were you then? You were not with me. You didn't even come to see my performance." Wenjing says, "My mom passed away that day, and I am breaking up with you." Here, Hua says, "He didn't even stop you once this time? He broke up with you." Over there, Hui thinks about Wenjing, and someone puts a hand on his shoulder. As always, it is Wei. After this, a year passes. Qiao Hai tells everyone that he is marrying Mu. In this 1 year, Wenjing has distanced herself from all of them. She comes back for the wedding. Xingtian asks her, "What are you doing now?" She says, "I am doing the same business." Then Xingtian tells her, "I missed you a lot." After this, Qiao Hai tells Xingtian, "I even got married. You should propose to Wenjing." After this, all these friends sit together. Their friendship has completed 10 years. Actually, when Xingtian met Wenjing, he was 25 years old. Now his age is 35. So Xingtian says, in front of everyone, there is a girl whom I love very much, but there were a lot of issues in between. But I love that girl very much. Saying this, he proposes to Wenjing. Wenjing leaves from there, so Xingtian goes and tells her, I have no issue with your past relationships. After this, Wenjing accepts his proposal, and they both kiss. Over there, Hui and Wei have also gotten together. Here, Xingtian had invested 10 million with a person, but that person has run away with his money. Since then, Xingtian has gone missing. So Wenjing goes and sells her business to the businesswoman who had initially invested in Wenjing's business. But that lady had wanted to hire Xingtian for many years, so she calls Xingtian and tells him everything. So Xingtian says, don't buy her business. I will work in your company. Then Wenjing is selling coffee at a place and then asks the customer for money. The customer says, I don't have money. So Wenjing sees that the customer is Xingtian, and she becomes very happy. After this, Wenjing is in her office when a voice is heard. In this voice, a person says, I will come in front of you only when you say yes to marrying me. After this, Xingtian makes an entry like Spider-Man, with Qiao Hai's help. Then he gives a ring to Wenjing. So Wenjing quickly takes the ring and says, I will marry you. Xingtian says, I didn't even ask you. Still, Wenjing is in a hurry and kisses Xingtian. And with this, the drama ends here.